In the next slide, so we go to the next slide. Now, let's try to add a multiple choice question based on this graph itself. So for that, I click on choice. So I click on choice. And here, what you have to do is you have to give the options. So you click on next, and here you insert the choices. So my question would actually be that the student should be able to answer what happens to bias as model complexity increases. So does bias increase or it decreases or there is no effect? If you want to add another choice, you can click on add another. If you want to just keep two options, you can just click on the cross. Click on update slide. So now this question will get added to this slide, and here I'll definitely try to post the question. So the question is, what happens as or what happens to the bias as model complexity increases? So you can see bias is reducing as the complexity is increasing, and this is what we want the student to understand. So this was our multiple choice question. Let's move to the next slide. Now again, on this particular graph, I want the student to understand the concept of the ideal model complexity, which is actually right here, because here the total error is minimum, and after this point itself the bias is reducing a lot and the variance is increasing a lot. So this is the point which is best, and this is what we want the student to understand. For the same, let's put in a draw question. So this is draw. You click on it, and what it does actually is it opens a canvas for the student, and he can select an appropriate color, highlighter, pen, pencil, anything, and then the student can actually do a drawing on the slide. So let's add a question here, and my question is, circle the point on the x-axis which corresponds to the ideal model complexity to what should be the ideal model complexity. So I basically want the student to circle this particular point. Now here, there is this utility also that you can add audio to a slide. So actually you can just put in an audio, and then the student will be able to hear your voice, and you can actually include some explanation of the graph, or you can include some instructions on how the student should do this particular question. So for that, what you have to do is you have to click on add audio to slide. Once you do this, this interface opens, and here it gives you an option to either record right now or upload an audio file if you have one. So if I click on record, it will ask me to record my voice, and let me just click on record and show you how this works. In this particular question, you have to understand the graph, analyze the graph, and then you have to pinpoint that particular point on the x-axis where you find that the model complexity is the best, which means the total error should be minimum. So that is the point that you have to select. So pause, save, add audio to slide.